Hey everyone, it's Bobby.
Cedric.
It's Aging Grateful, and we have been in San Miguel de Allende for
6 Mesas.
6 Mesas. This video is all about how we are still feeling, or if we are still feeling, or just our overall thoughts about San Miguel de Allende. All right, everybody. So we've been in San Miguel de Allende, Mexico, for those of you who do not know. And we have been here for 6 months.
Yep.
And we actually, just to catch people up to speed, because it's been a minute,
Yep.
we actually moved from the United States to Mexico. We started out in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, and we were there for a little over 13 months. And then we decided to make the jump to central Mexico and moved to San Miguel de Allende.
Yeah, I mean, it was, just something that we felt. Puerto Vallarta was hot.
Mucho color.
Yeah, it was hot. It was nice, but as we started, we came out for a visit and we fell in love and decided, okay, this is probably more,
Our speed?
yeah.
More our speed, but also, we have a 17-year-old daughter now who is with us, and we also are thinking that she's really liking Central Mexico more than Puerto Vallarta.
Yeah.
Now, Puerto Vallarta, nothing was wrong with Puerto Vallarta. Beautiful place to go if you are thinking about moving to Mexico. That might be one of the options that you may want to consider.
Yeah.
But this video is about San Miguel de Allende and how we are feeling now.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about this 6 months?
6 months. Do I think it was a mistake or whatever? No. I'm still feeling, it still feels like home 6 months later. Definitely even more so as we're getting settled in now. So
Absolutely.
I would say yes, I'm still feeling it. Now, one thing that I don't think either one of us was prepared for maybe was the summer.
Oh my gosh. Well, let me say this. We have endured kind of a harsh summer in Puerto Vallarta as well. But this is a different type of summer here. So as an example, there is absolutely no way that you can live in Puerto Vallarta without AC, to me.
Yeah, I mean, people do it all the time, but it's not, you're not going to be comfortable at all. And I was about to say the difference as far as the summer is in Puerto Vallarta, we had air conditioning. So, you can just go in the house and turn the AC on and, you can bear it out. However, the electricity bill,
Watch his reaction. There's some video. I'll post it down below of the video where we got our first electric bill for the summer in Puerto Vallarta. I'm gonna link that so you can see his expression.
Yeah.
However, let me just say this: for these past couple of years, as you know, with global warming and things like that, being here in Mexico, it is been the hottest on record, probably everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere these past couple of years, the temperatures have increased, and you can definitely feel it. San Miguel is known for being milder in temperatures.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's not a lot of humidity here, which is great for us, but the temperature here were higher than what normally would have been over these past couple of years that have been very hot. So they've reached over the 90s.
Yeah, and typically, most places here in San Miguel, from what we've seen and what we hear, do not have AC because you typically can get away with not having it because it's not humid. So even though the temperature may rise during the daytime, as long as you got a fan and your shade, you're usually pretty good. And then what happens is in the evening times, in the morning, the temperatures are low. I mean, they're in the 50s, low 60s. So
In the summer.
in the summertime. So you get a nice, you get the heat, and then you get the cool down, and then you're fine. So there's really no reason to have an air conditioner, no need for an air conditioner.
Shouldn't be.
There shouldn't be a need. Now, I tell people all the time. I've had a couple people ask us about scouting and coming out here and finding Airbnbs and places like that. And I tell people if you're an Airbnb and you're just coming to visit, find get you a place. It's hot, get some AC. But if you're coming to scout here to live, my suggestion would be to get an Airbnb or rent a place that does not have AC, because you want to feel what it's really going to be like. Because chances are, you're probably not going to have AC.
There are a lot of places here that do not have AC or heat,
yeah.
For that matter, because this is a place that has milder temperatures. Again, these have been unseasonable temperatures that we're experiencing these past couple of years. We don't know if this is going to be the new norm, but realistically, there are a lot of properties out here that do not come with AC or heat because of that. Now, I agree with what my babe is saying, what Sid is saying about not coming here and saying that you want to live here and looking for AC. If you're here for vacation, absolutely 100%. Same with the heat, right?
Yeah.
Same with the heat. But if you're going to be saying that this might be for you, you might want to look for a place, at least temporarily, to see if you can take it. The heat and the cold, right?
Yeah.
So, but still, with all that being said, we have endured, and we are still loving San Miguel de Allende.
Yeah, kind of getting used to it, and it's funny because, you would never think, oh, I'm going to stay in a place that's hot with no heat, with no air and all that. But I guess you get used. If it's a place you want to be, you can get used to it, and
we're still adjusting.
Yeah, we're still adjusting.
Because there's days.
Yeah, there's days where I'm like, man, what in the world is going on?
Like, we're not going anywhere or doing anything. Okay, just sitting in front of a fan. With that, another thing that I will say that we absolutely love, and you chime in on, is the sense of community that we have here in San Miguel.
Yes.
It is by far the best for us. We are loving getting to really dive deep and have some really true good friendships, and have become family here in San Miguel. That was an unexpected twist and surprise to us, and we are enjoying that.
Yeah, and it's a genuinely, it's genuinely friendship. And even with locals, we've had a couple of locals that we've become really good friends with, and they're taking care of us, looking out for us, and
we're doing the same.
We had neighbors bring us cookies and stuff, and pastries and stuff. Yes. So we'll be walking around, and the neighbors see us walking. They like, hey, come jump in the car and go this. So it's really becoming a sense of home.
Yes.
For us.
Those drunken beans, though.
Yeah, the drunken beans were good. We have a friend in the neighborhood who's a chef. Right? He has a food truck, and we get to sample all the stuff that he potentially is gonna do for his food truck. He just brings it over to the house, so it's really nice.
Shout out to you, Aiden.
Yeah. So Sonoran Dog Food Truck, if you're in San Miguel, they have, in my opinion, probably the best burgers you're gonna eat in San Miguel, and I will go on record and say that.
And the best service.
The best, yes.
And just all around, just a good home feel. So community for sure. One other thing that we have noticed slightly when we're talking about community, there was community in Puerto Vallarta that we had, and you get to meet people a lot in Puerto Vallarta because that's a very big vacation hub. But even the people that we meet just randomly, like on the street that may be here visiting for a vacation or for work or whatever the case may be, they tend to become like family too, like
Yeah.
community and friends. Like we literally hang out with people who come here to visit,
Yeah.
and they become like friends and family. So even with just walking randomly down the street and meeting someone, and that's very weird because that normally doesn't happen like that.
Yeah, and like you said, we hang out. They come back to the house. We invite them over to the house, and we hang out and stuff. I mean, it's just
You would not do that.
yeah, definitely will be doing that. But yeah, it's a genuine. It's like a genuinely. It's a vibe and a feeling that
something about San Miguel that just draws people, and then the people that it draws are like family and friends. It's really, really interesting. So by far, bar none community hands down. And here in San Miguel, there are so many different activities to do. There's always something going on here. Monthly meetups, grand openings, historic events, book. People are launching their books here. There's art walk. I mean, there's just so much here. And so you definitely get the sense that you are in a space where you can grow and bloom and blossom.
Yeah, and we've, like I said, it's been 6 months. We've settled down. We've settled in. Budget-wise, it's not any more expensive than Puerto Vallarta, but we'll actually deep dive into another video on that. But
Did you say it's not as expensive, right?
It's not as expensive. No, Puerto Vallarta, we were spending definitely more money in Puerto Vallarta than we're spending here.
And we'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that
in another video.
But yeah, it's not. Don't let the price of San Miguel scare you out, because a lot of people talk about it being expensive and everything like that. But you'll be surprised. Any place can be expensive depending on your lifestyle and taste and what you're trying to do. So.
And another thing, for some reason, and I'm just going to call it the San Miguel charm or the San Miguel draw. That's what I'm going to call it, the San Miguel draw. We have had more people come visit us.
Yeah.
Here in San Miguel, nobody came to visit us in Puerto Vallarta.
Nope.
But here?
We had a couple of people.
We had a couple of people.
That, I'm about to say that was cruising and
Yes.
stopped through on the port-wise,
But people come to visit? Oh yeah. San Miguel. It must be the San Miguel draw. Another thing, we are loving the food here.
Yeah.
The food scene is absolutely great here, and you do get a wide variety of different food here. Yes, the tacos are beautiful, as you would probably find in all of Mexico. However, there's also this upper class foodie scene happening here in San Miguel.
Yeah, it was interesting because when your sister and brother came to visit, it had been over a week, and I remember your sister saying, "I've been here for over a week and I haven't had any Mexican food yet." And I was like, I started thinking about it, I was like, wait a minute, she's right. We haven't been to any Mexican restaurants or taco trucks. So that just lets you know the different variety of food and the different nationalities of food that's here. It's good.
Yes, and it is known as a foodie hub, a foodie destination. So you definitely get your feel of whatever type of cuisine that you would like here.
Yep.
Another thing that we do love here about San Miguel is walkability.
Yeah.
Walkability is key and vital. It is key and vital to us as far as getting exercise and activity. So being able to walk down to Central is where everything is happening, the downtown, and being able to do that is wonderful. Being able to walk to various restaurants and shops, grocery stores, if you will, taking the bus. Route to 6, Route to 6. If you know, you know. Route to 6. But yeah, taking the bus is something that we do take, and Ubers as well. We've done that in the previous video, explained about costs associated with that. But overall, the walkability and the the proximity to things.
Yeah, it's a small city. I'd almost call it a town.
It used to be.
Because I want to say from one side to the other, it's about 4 miles, and then it's on a mountain. So even though things are maybe 2 miles, because of the mountain, it's not as stretched out far. So you could still walk, and you can get all around the city walking in 30 or 45 minutes from one side to the other. Nice exercise, because that's one thing that for our health. It's the walkability is important.
Absolutely. The views.
Yeah, the views are definitely nice.
The views. Puerto Vallarta has beautiful views as well, but San Miguel's views of the city itself is just breathtaking. And being able to look out on the rooftops, because rooftops are very, very big here. Rooftop living, rooftop eating, dining, being able to see the center, which is the parochial, which is the church here, the main church, and being able to see that from wherever you are is just very calming and peaceful. And there's a really special beauty about being able to have those views, right?
Yeah, and they just like everywhere we've been in Mexico, almost every night they're shooting fireworks for whatever reason. So you get the view at night, and then you get the fireworks and stuff like that. So it's
they know how to party.
Yeah, it's really calming and peaceful, and
Absolutely. And we are able to test our gangsta, meaning test our Spanish more here in San Miguel.
Yeah.
So for those of you who do not know Spanish yet, don't let this deter you. But there's more Spanish speaking going on here than in Puerto Vallarta.
Yeah, and that was one of the things. Every time we talked about San Miguel, moving to San Miguel or whatever, it was always, there's so many gringos, nobody speaks Spanish, everybody speaks English, blah, blah, blah. It is, no.
Calling me a liar or something, huh?
That's not the case. It's way more English speaking in Puerto Vallarta than here.
Oh my gosh,
it's far few between here where you have somebody that speaks, basically fluent English and things like that. Even at the restaurants. Now, I think, of course, when you get down to Central and all the touristy areas, there's more English speaking than outside. But even with that, it's still not nearly as much as Puerto Vallarta.
Puerto Vallarta, it's almost like we're gonna speak to you in English first, and that's it.
Well, what's interesting, in Puerto Vallarta, when you're walking around, you hear English. It's just like walking around in the U.S. You just hear people talking English. Here, you don't get that. At least I don't get that.
Well, just know that we are practicing our Spanish more being here in San Miguel, which is what we want to do anyway, right? We want to immerse ourselves in the culture, and we want to be able to learn and grow. So yes, so San Miguel has made it absolutely a welcoming spot for us, as my husband is playing with the lighting in the middle of our video. And so I guess with that, I'll say, if you like this content and want to hear and see more of it, please go ahead and
like, comment, subscribe.
Like, comment, and subscribe. And do yourself a favor and hit the notification bell so that you can be alerted to when we will have our next video. Also, with that being said, you've hung in this long to this video, I also want to let you know that there are two very amazing events that are happening here virtually that I am a part of, and through proxy, my husband is. And one of them is a summit called Redefining Life Abroad Summit. That will be August 10th and 11th. And I will put more details below, but we will have some phenomenal speakers to help you to redefine living life abroad and what that can look like for you. You don't have to be stuck in the day-to-day, right? You don't have to be, and you don't have to continue to do as normal if you don't want to. You have the ability to recreate your life And that summit is about that. He'll be having things about health, wellness, building a business, marriage abroad, children abroad, government contracting, more about your spirituality. You're going to have a wealth of information on that one. And then we have a conference that will be coming up, Move to Mexico conference. Now, this is specific to those who are looking to or interested in moving to Mexico. So we will have a plethora of information regarding Mexico, from being able to get residency and learning about that, to actually how to build a business, talk about the history of Mexico, looking at real estate, investing to prepare yourself for that move abroad. We will have the legalities. All of that will be wrapped into a more in-depth conference about Mexico specifically. It'll be a good mesh between people from America, people from other countries, and Mexico, so that you can get that boots on the ground information that's necessary for you to be successful in your move abroad. And that is in November, the first weekend in November, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, right before the United States elections. So if you're looking to get out of Dodge, come to this conference, and that's virtual as well, and I'll put those links below. Enough of my rambling. Anything else you have to say?
No, I think you said it all.
Are you still in love with San Miguel?
That I am.
I am as well. And until next time, guys, peace.